Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
What's goody, family? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it is politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz. Look, we're diving deep and keeping it real. So do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. On today's conversation, a very popular breakfast restaurant, a well-known one around this nation, has decided to rebrand itself after 47 years. Wow. When you think about it, it's never too late to, rebrand, go with a new strategy just to see, just to test out the waters or try and keep up with the times, as folks always say. But it's almost to a form of, well, if it ain't broke, why fix it, right? If it continues to work, why try to rebrand? So we'll talk about that. And you're probably wondering which restaurant I'm talking about. We'll share that restaurant later on in the program. Also, more questions in regards to famous gospel artists crossing over with secular artists, or collaborating with secular artists. And it's bringing awareness to a lot of folks within the gospel music industry. As I mentioned a while back, when famous gospel singer and pastor Dietrich Haddon was not too pleased when he witnessed Glorilla, famous rapper Glorilla, win a gospel award on the BET Awards this past year. And I hear him, and then I shared my 2 cents on that issue that he shared on social media, and we're bringing up the question again. So we have that and so much more here on the Arrington Gavin Show to share with you all. As always, thank you so much for taking 1 hour of your time to tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. Thank you so much for your continuous support. Do me a favor, if you haven't done so yet, for those who happen to be streaming us right now on our YouTube channel, please like, subscribe, share with a friend, share with family. We want to keep that momentum going. We want to keep those subscriber numbers going as well. We want to help those viewership numbers grow. So look, we want to continue to spread great conversation to you, my friends, the listeners, the viewers out there. So if you don't mind, please do me a favor. If you don't mind, to subscribe and share our YouTube channel, the Arrington Gavin Show YouTube channel. In addition to that, you can also stream us on Goatverse TV. That's right, Goatverse TV. It is an amazing independent streaming channel that I'm honored to be on. You can watch the Arrington Gavin Show on demand on Goatverse TV. You can download the app. It's available on the App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, as well as Amazon Fire TV. All right. Again, the App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV. So multiple ways you can support and stream Goatverse TV. So many amazing programs on there as well. So I highly recommend to support, and also support Black-owned media. I'm an advocate for that. So please support Black-owned media. It's very important to do that, and just support minority media and all social medias, really. In addition to the ways you can watch us, you can also listen to us on any major podcast platform. We're available wherever you get your podcast. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. You can also listen to us on the radio airways. We're honored to be on 2 radio affiliates that we partner with. One being WBOK 1230 AM out in New Orleans. So those who listen to us right now in New Orleans, be sure to tune into the Arrington Gavin Show Monday through Fridays, weeknights at 7 p.m. Central Time, only on WBOK 1230 AM. Again, what New Orleans is talking about. Then we're going to move it on to the Metro Atlanta region to WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. That's right, WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on WDJY 99.1 FM. Alrighty, y'all. So now that we got that going, we are going to do a quick fun fact of the day. But before I move on to that, I just want to thank all of y'all who support my nonprofit, the Rugged Evolution Foundation. It is continuing to grow. We recently just had our 6th annual back to school giveaway in my hometown of Chesapeake, Virginia. It was our 6th annual, and we're honored. We partnered with a local church. It's our 3rd year partnering Bethany Baptist Church, which is an historical church within the Chesapeake area, and we blessed y'all. And we're still counting numbers now. We're still counting numbers, but we had close to 600 backpacks filled with school supplies. In addition, we added around like 300 pairs of brand new shoes to give away as well. We had amazing vendors. We had face painters. We had the local sheriff department doing the student IDs. We also had barbers out there providing free haircuts. We also had hairstylists doing the young ladies' hairs for free, y'all, for free. And we had bounce houses, we had DJs, we had some of the elected officials, local elected officials that came out in support. So I just want to shout out them and shout out those out there who are doing good work in their community. It's important, y'all, to be a blessing to those who just need that blessing upon them. You know what I mean? I was raised a very privileged kid. Okay. I did not know what being broke was. I knew what hard work was, and I knew that this stuff did not come easy. It was not handed to me. But my parents always installed into me, be a blessing to others. So growing up as a kid, I've always had that heart of service. And so when I look at folks that live in food desert communities, when I look at folks who are hurting to get their next meal, when I look at folks, or where I hear stories of folks, lights are not on, or water's not running, or we don't know when we don't have a roof over our head. I mean, just those things, man. That's like, okay, what can I do to help? What can I do to help? And so we provided so many great opportunities. I also want to shout out my friends over at the Chesapeake NAACP chapter. I'm also a proud member of the NAACP. It was so many folks I can thank, man. And also I want to shout out to my good friend Joe Smith, former NBA star Joe Smith, coming out there and showing some love too. So y'all, acts of service is a must here. Serve the underprivileged. Stop making it all about you, me, I. I know it's hard for us. It's hard for us all when it comes to affordability and things in that nature. But it's any form of way, whether it's, you don't have to, it's not always monetary donations. It's donating your time. You know how many folks will get rid of their clothes and just say, I'm just going to toss it. No, go to your local Goodwills or Salvation Armies or some nonprofits. I mean, you have to go out there, please, y'all. I promise you, you will feel so much better when you see the faces on folks that really need the assistance, and just know that, hey, someone out there cares. So I just again want to shout out those for who had recently volunteered, and for those coming out to our 6th annual back to school giveaway. Let me go ahead and share a quick fun fact before we head to a commercial break. Did you know in 2013, a gentleman by the name of Lecrae became the first gospel rapper to win a Grammy for Best Gospel Album? The name of that album was called Gravity, helping to bring mainstream credibility to this genre. The first gospel rapper to win a Grammy for Best Gospel Album. One thing, Lecrae, if you ever follow him, very, very powerful, very talented brother, man. Let me tell you something. He's an outspoken guy. He always brings stuff. He always circles it around to his faith and shares good news. He doesn't do anything to try and, piss off anybody, nor does he do stuff to show off, because we got a lot of show off folks out there, and spiritual leaders that like to, do everything for themselves and to to acknowledge them and be flashy and all that stuff. And it's a turnoff, especially for those who's trying to look at faith for some guidance, right? For those who are on hard times, they don't want to they don't want to see a flashy minister talk about what kind of car they drive or what kind of home they have and the kind of money they have. No one wants to talk about that. So it's always good to have that shift, have those folks that really use their craft, their gift for good purposes. So again, y'all, you're listening to the Arrington Gavin Show. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks. Do not go anywhere, and please do not change that dial.
Let me tell you something most people get wrong about suits. A suit isn't just about you wearing it. It's how you show the world who you are. It's your handshake before you say a word, your presence when you step into any room. That's why we design statements at Dapper Luke. We don't just make suits. We'll start with the fabrics that tell your story, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends sourced from the finest mills in Italy, the UK, and India. Then we'll combine that with your vision, your personality, and your style. Every detail is tailored to you, from the fit to the finish. Whether for your wedding, a gala, the boardroom, we specialize in creating custom suits that are unique, just like the men who wear them. We spent years perfecting this craft, apprenticing under designers in New York and showcasing collections in New York and for Baltimore Fashion Week. None of that matters as much as seeing the look on your face when you try on your custom suit. Over 900 clients have already trusted us to deliver the best custom suits. They trust me to deliver the confidence. We proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore and would be honored to bring your vision to life next. Let's create something unforgettable. Book your free consultation today at www.dapperluke.com.
Order your beard care products with Rugged Evolution. We're your local beard care line that supports the maintenance of your full, mature beard. Our line includes conditioning shampoos, moisturizers, balms, oils, shaving lotions, and exfoliating soaps. These products moisturize, hydrate, nourish, and have all the natural ingredients for a healthy beard. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
And we still in traffic.
Don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up.
With me?
Yeah, this that new Gold Verse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of that he said?
Introducing GoatVerse TV.
GoatVerse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In Goats, we trust.
All right, my friends, welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. Welcome back. As I mentioned earlier, that a well-known, popular food restaurant has announced that they will go under a huge rebranding, so huge that it has sparked controversy. I'm talking about the one, the only Cracker Barrel. So Cracker Barrel is a very popular breakfast spot. I specifically prefer the breakfast side than the dinner side of Cracker Barrel, but it's been in existence for close to 47, almost close to 50 years. And I remember as a kid always going to Cracker Barrel with my parents when we were either traveling, and we were always, let's grab breakfast at Cracker Barrel, right? You got the old school looking store in the main area while you're waiting, keep you busy. You can shop, get clothes, board games, old, historic candies and stuff like that. Like it's an interesting spot, right? But it definitely it gives you that old school Western look to it. And yeah, it was like that forever. And they have great food, great breakfast. So recently, Cracker Barrel had announced that they're going to be doing they have a new logo. In addition to that, they're also changing just the way the whole entire how can I say it? The structure of the restaurant, they're redesigning the inside of the restaurant, which if you haven't been to Cracker Barrel, let me explain. Cracker Barrel, as I mentioned, Western looking spot. So you go in there, it's a collage of different old school stuff, whether it's old school license plates, old school photos, old banjo. This that it's weird. I can't even. It's hard to describe it, but it's a Southern theme restaurant that's become the latest battleground in the increasingly unpredictable culture war over American identity. So this is reported by MSNBC, which is eventually going to be called MS Now. Cracker Barrel's new logo sparks a familiar MAGA outrage. Let me report this. This is reported by Hannah Holland, MSNBC reporter. American chain restaurant Cracker Barrel unveiled a new streamlined logo, and the internet is obviously in a free fall. The chain and Southern themed restaurant found off highways across the country has become the latest battleground in increasingly unpredictable culture on the identity. The previous logo, introduced in 1977, featured the outline of an older gentleman wearing overalls, sitting in a chair and leaning his elbow on the famous barrel. All right. The new logo strips away the ornamentation, leaving only the restaurant's name in dark type inside a vaguely barrel-shaped blob. So they took the whole barrel, they took the man, took the overalls, and just kept the name. While some on the left seem to be criticizing the aesthetic change, many MAGA enthusiasts and armchair pundits on the far right have read far more into the change. I've been to a Cracker Barrel. This is the report. I've been in a Cracker Barrel before off the road, and let's see here. The brand honestly means very little to me, but I appreciate that it had a personality and a logo that creative enough to love, or to be loved or hated. In the wake of the new logo reveal, it seems that there is a bipartisan and widespread outrage over the rebrand. While some on the left seem to be criticizing the aesthetic change, obviously so many folks on the right is not happy about that. They are not lamenting a design failure. Rather, they've casted Cracker Barrel's rebrand as a capitalization to woke liberalism. I can't even say that word, liberalism, and erasure of the so-called American identity that Cracker Barrel apparently represents. Now, let me go ahead and share this. Let me share this image with you. Let me pull it up here. There we go. So, one popular person from the right, Florida Congressman, now gubernatorial candidate for the state of Florida, Representative Byron Donald, says he gave his life to Christ in Cracker Barrel parking lot amid the logo change. Now, this is what kills me with the right. They get so holy in now. They use faith as a marketing tool. That's a talking point on the right. Now, I'm a man of faith too, but they just overindulge in, like, oh my goodness, I gave my life to Christ in a Cracker Barrel, and now they're changing the logo. This is absurd. So let me say here. Let me read you this. Brian Dawson, armed with peak boomer energy, blasted the brand's supposed woke rebrand, okay, lamenting the loss of what he saw as an American culture icon. Forget the looming recession, healthcare, or wages. The real crisis, according to Donald's, is that Cracker Barrel modernized its sign. Again, what I can't stand is that folks use, again, he's running for governor for the state of California. He wants to be involved in all sorts of national news, right? All sorts of national news. And me personally, I get it. You're a powerful individual, but at the end of the day, your job is to take care of the state of Virginia. State of Florida. I'm thinking of another person running for governor. I'm thinking of Winston Monroe Sears right now, because recently, this is a side note, but recently she was on Laura Trump's weekly program, and they were talking about Zohran Mamdani out in New York, who's running for mayor of New York. And I'm like, what the hell does that have to do with her race? She's in a different state. She's not nowhere near from. Why is that? Why is that a conversation, right? Why is that even a conversation? But anyway, going back to this one. This is today's conservative playbook. When faced with no solutions to economic problems, wipe up outage of logos, rainbow flags, and corporate rebranding, they're absolutely right. Because when it comes to when you hold them accountable on an issue that they don't have the answer for, they find another way to try and have people to like them. Oh, let's talk about, well, I'm for the original Cracker Barrel rebrand. This is absurd. This is crazy. Again, I use the example of Winston Monroe Sears, who's running for governor for the state of Virginia. Laura Trump asked her about Zohran Mamdani and the whole him being a socialist and this and that and the other. All right. She does that because guess what? Winston Monroe Sears campaign, she's never topped or it came near close on the polls in this race because it's looking like she's not going to win. And so they're like, oh, let me throw them a bone. Let me throw them an alley hoop on this one. Let me throw this an easy layup. Boom. Okay, let's talk about that. They do this all the time. The right finds other ways. I mean, like, why the hell is Trump whining about the Smithsonian? Which we will talk about that a little later on. So he's blabbering about the Smithsonian and how that's such a danger to society because it only speaks on slavery. Only museums speak about slavery and this and that and the other, and that's not the true lights of history. That it blows my mind, and it's so annoying because it's cop-outs, y'all. It's cop-outs. When you hold your elected officials accountable, they start trying to find lifelines, and that's what they're doing. They're finding freaking lifelines. So while most Americans are worried again about making rent and paying for groceries, Representative Donald is out here fighting to make Cracker Barrel great again. Really, really, really. And see, this is the annoying thing about when Trump got into office and he wanted to rebrand the whole press room with folks that love him, folks that will worship the grounds he walk on, asking all these easy questions because it helps him look good because he doesn't do a good job at what he does now. All right. Nobody on his staff is doing a good job. The only person that I would say is doing a good job is the press secretary, because all she's doing is just trying to help make him look good. I mean, they ain't helping, but she's getting all the heat, always getting hit against the head with, with everything. And she doesn't hold her tongue. Let me go back to this article here. It says, over the past few years, many brands, regardless of the industry, have embraced the minimalist block letter look polarized by Silicon Valley startups in the early 2000s. Now, from luxury fashion brands like Yves Saint Laurent to coffee and donut chains like Dunkin' to financially service company MasterCard. Now, this strip down has been everywhere for the past few years. Now, allegedly, the reason for the prominence of boring and soulless block type is that it simply looks more legible when shrunk down and fit on your phone's home screen. Again, quick history about Cracker Barrel. It was founded in 1969. It embodies a very specific story of an American capitalist success, one tied to post-war growth. If you haven't been to a Cracker Barrel ever or recently, it is something of a Fox General Store. The food is Southern style and affordable. So another reason why I like it. It is affordable and it is pretty damn good. Increasingly, the knickknacks that famously adorn in its walls are genuine antiques, not to be mistaken with nostalgia from the early 2000s or 2010s that is currently proliferating across American culture. Now, Cracker Barrel's entire ethos is early 1900s nostalgia, steeped in Southern Americana. It is a relic of the bygone era in both origin story and the brand aesthetic. Now, I've already mentioned about the far right, because you got to think about it. The far right made a big deal out of the Sydney Sweeney jean commercial. Was it Levi jeans? I think it was. It was the whole advertising with that jeans brands that she was on. The right continued to gas it up. The far left made it a stupid, in my opinion, a stupid issue because it wasn't an issue whatsoever. Okay, it was very laughable, but what did the right do? The right utilized that and continues to use that as a brand. Like, oh my goodness, we praise Sydney Sweeney. Everybody watch her films. Did you know that she's a registered Republican? Did you know? Did you know? Once again, there's nothing wrong with being a registered Republican. There's nothing wrong with that, y'all. There's nothing wrong with being a Democrat. There's nothing wrong with being an independent. But when you market something, when you use something, right? And they stretch it for so long, it never ends. They use those things to try and help distract and help garner votes, help garner the people. It's marketing 101, marketing 101. But in all honesty, I've seen, they showed the logo before, and let me see if I even have if I can find a quick picture of what that Cracker Barrel logo looks like. Let's see here. For those who are watching them, I'm just trying to pull up the image of what Cracker Barrel is going to be looking like for the time being. I mean, it's very, I'm not going to lie. The new logo looks very bland. In my opinion, it looks extremely bland, but they have a board of directors. Let's see how long this will continue to keep up. Let me see this real quick. That is funny. Yeah, they're already yeah, that's interesting here. So I found a quick video for those who kind of like showed the remodel phase of it, but let me also show you the logo. Let me show you the logo. Let's see here. Let's come out of this one. And that's the thing too. Businesses, corporations, they have to be careful when they do rebranding. Most of the time, you do rebranding, you don't wait after 47 years. You really don't. There's no way to rebrand, especially when it comes to logo places. Now, if you want to be in a restaurant chain, if you say, okay, look, us rebranding is adding a more heart healthy alternative side of the menu, because Cracker Barrel ain't the healthiest, but like I said, it's delicious, but it ain't the healthiest. So if you rebrand by saying, look, we're gonna add a vegan side, or we're gonna add a more healthy side, so people can still enjoy the culture, the atmosphere of, because really, I want to ask you guys this: for those who've attended or been to a Cracker Barrel, are you more excited on eating the food, the good food there, or do you enjoy mostly just the culture of it, the rocking chairs they have outside while you're waiting, the general store that they have in the main entrance rate? Is that more of the exciting, seeing all the way the restaurant is decorated? Is that more of you? Do you enjoy that more than enjoying the meal? Is the meal just an added bonus and you enjoy like just the atmosphere? Like, what's your take? What do you feel when you enter in a Cracker Barrel? Like, just like I want to hear your thoughts on this. Do me a favor, visit our website, www.theagshow, THE A as in Apple, G as in George, show.com, theagshow.com. Leave us a message on there on your take on the whole Cracker Barrel rebranding issue, but let me go ahead and show you this image of what the logo now looks. Check that out. So you see right there, the gentleman sitting there, a little more creativity. This right here looks like somebody was rushing through it. They had a deadline they had to meet, and they were rushing, and they just said, oh, whatever, let me just put it. There you go. Like, how bland is that? That is so boring. That looks so boring. That is such a boring, sad look of a logo for a company after 47 years, and that's all you got? I don't get it. I do not get it. That looks disgusting. That looks disgusting. Now, let me show you this, and then we're going to move on to another story here. But let me show you the way the place has now been remodeled. Now, that right there has also been been adding a lot of controversy. Let me see if I can pull that up for you guys. So check that out right there. Check that out. So it looks like a Long John Silver. Like, it just, they went from Southern style looking place to more like a fishing pier place. Like, it's weird. They've added, they painted the walls white and to make it look more open. Like, ugh, like it just, I don't think it's gonna work out for this CEO or whoever's in leadership who signed on for this. I don't, everything has trial and error, but I really don't think this will work. I do not. But we will see. We will continue to read upon this. I bet we're gonna hear about this more from the right. We're gonna hear about this more in campaigns and all that other jazz. But I'm not crazy about it. I'm not crazy about it. But let me go ahead and move it on. But what I am crazy about is this whole AI conversation. This whole AI, this AI, that. So this came across my my feed not too long ago in regards to AI taking over, right? AI preventing folks from hardworking folks from good jobs and good paying jobs because we got AI coming our way. So let me go ahead and share this this report out in Arizona. New private school in Scottsdale uses AI-driven 2-hour learning model, and apparently they're using that to replace teachers. So hold tight as I pull up this article right here. And I don't know, is that something to worry about, y'all? I know we've spoken about the whole I think there was a former executive from Google that has said, like, in 2027 AI will completely wipe the middle class. He was the only one. Folks like Bill Gates had mentioned that as well. Me personally, I think that's a crock of bull. I at the end of the day, there's always going to be conductors conducting these robots, all these features. So folks will not be out of a job. And folks are not going to be stupid enough to say, I want to just have everything digital and everything robot, because stuff can happen. Stuff can malfunction with robots. Stuff can malfunction with humans. Besides them not, coming to work on time or not doing the job, it can always be replaced. So again, please, y'all, stop worrying. But let me go ahead and play this article for you, and we'll talk on the other side.
School in the Valley doesn't have teachers. Instead, it is powered by AI.
And the core subjects are only taught for 2 hours a day. So this is raising eyebrows and facing a healthy dose of skepticism as well. Michaela Marshall explains how it works.
Those are different tones.
This is Alpha School.
I love Alpha School.
23 students are currently enrolled at the brand new K-8 private school in Scottsdale.
There are no teachers at Alpha School, which can sound like a scary sentence.
Matt Shanker is the lead guide, which is similar to a principal. Instead of teachers, there are guides.
What it means is we, as the adults in the space, take ourselves out of being the authority figure who is in charge of teaching academics.
All core subjects are taught by artificial intelligence for only 2 hours a day.
AI allows us to personalize that learning experience at scale for all of these kids, and then allowing the adult to shift towards supporting kids and unlocking their motivation.
Vanessa Rourke's 3 children go to Alpha School.
I feel like sometimes kids are in school and they're just wasting their time and they're being babysat. And that's not what I wanted for my kids. I want them to have a true understanding and love of learning. And I think with the 2-hour model, it's just a lot more realistic.
The rest of the school day is spent in workshops where kids learn life skills like public speaking and financial literacy.
That's the first one. Nice.
This 2-hour learning model has been around for about a decade and started in Texas. Now, there are Alpha School locations in several states across the country, and there are plans to expand even more. Tuition is $40,000 a year.
All of our grade levels are in the 99th percentile for their subjects.
Alpha School claims classes rank in the top 1 to 2% nationally, pointing to scores on MAP tests, which is a computer adaptive assessment that measures student achievement.
The idea of 2 hours a day, I'm very critical of.
Arizona Superintendent of Public Instruction, Tom Horn, thinks AI is a great educational tool, but says nothing can replace a teacher. He believes 2 hours is too little.
It's definitely inadequate. I mean, if they have a method where kids learn more quickly, they should take them that much further with at least 4 hours a day of instruction, not 2 hours a day of instruction.
We're able to do what we do in 2 hours because it's hyper personalized, just like if you were working one-on-one with somebody.
And since Alpha School is not a public school, there is no oversight from Horn's office when it comes to policing the amount of time spent in the classroom. As a private school, it is eligible for the state's ESA program.
That's interesting, y'all. That is quite interesting. The reason why that's interesting is, for one, hey, who wouldn't mind going to school for just 2 hours? Hello, why was this not in existence when I was in school? Damn. And I was a private school kid too. So private school, privately funded and expensive. Now you already heard the tuition right there, $40,000 a year. My God, $40,000 a year is quite expensive. Now my issue is for their only primary teacher is a computer. So when a child, we've already seen how students struggled remote learning during the pandemic year. When parents have an issue and want to discuss what's happening with their student, grades this and the other, there will be no relationship between a teacher and a parent, or a parent, or a teacher or a student and a student. Like, how do you know? That's the whole importance of when you have these teacher meetings, parent teacher meetings. That's extremely important. Like, how would you know? How can we improve? How can we do this? Because right now, look, the man brought the stats. They have a great level and turnaround, this and the other. That's quite good. But again, you heard it from the superintendent out there in Arizona. It's a great tool, but having it as your overall school, to me, is no, that can't happen. He suggested 4 hours, but you still need that person. You still need that teacher. For me, I will be honest, I was a kid that struggled in school. I was a BC average, but to me, that was struggling because I had a learning disability. If I did not have great relationships with my teachers, and it followed me all the way to college, I had built a great relationship with my professors. That right there is a huge deal. I could not imagine if my professor was something that has to be charged every few hours. Okay, somebody that I physically think about this, y'all. Think about when you have you want to file a complaint, or you just have a quick question using something, and you call a help desk for any company you could think of. You call the help desk. The help desk is a bot, or you have to type in your question and wait for a response. How annoying is that? How painful is that to be like, I'm talking with a recorded line here, and they just happen to add like 5 frequently asked questions on there, and they're gonna have the answers for you right there. Bull. That right there is a disservice for people that spend money on you. You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. It's not going to work. Now, again, this might work as a tool to most schools, but for a full school itself, to say like we just have a school with absolutely no teachers, we have one head person, that's me, and the rest are tools. I don't see that working. I don't see that working. Yes, they said that they're in about seven other states, but I don't see that working. Partner with other private schools and use it as a tool, but don't have it as its own school of itself. Come on, y'all. We gotta do better. We gotta do better. Do not let computers take over. Do not give them all the power. For 40 grand a year. 40 grand a year. Who can afford 40 grand a year just for K through 8? So you're telling me 40 grand a year for a 3-year-old? Oh, Lord have mercy. I tell you, man. I tell you, they just keep on taking our money. Look, my friends, we're going to take a commercial break. Do not go anywhere. We got a lot more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Jazera Learning Institute, LLC, is a hybrid learning center that strives to educate adults and children in all fields. During the day, we offer programs that are focused on developing students from pre-K to 12th grade, which includes tutoring, homeschool co-op, an after-school program, SAT, ACT prep, and many more engaging academic programs. Our adult education programs include workforce trainings, GED prep, life coaching, various seminars, and many more. Our vision is to train and educate in a positive way that will lead to a positive change in the world, one person at a time. For more information, visit us online at JazeranLearningInstitute.com or call us at 757-208-7407.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
Every man has a story to tell. Your ambitions, your achievements, your legacy. Your suit should reflect that story, crafted precisely, designed for impact, and tailored exclusively for you. We work with only the finest fabrics, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends from world-renowned mills in Italy, the UK, and India. These fabrics are the foundation of custom suits that exude elegance and stand the test of time. But a suit isn't just about fabric, it's about fit, and it's about confidence, and it all starts with you. When you work with me, you'll receive a personalized consultation, whether in person or over Zoom. Together, we'll explore your vision and discuss your needs. And we're gonna bring your ideas to life. My journey as a designer includes apprenticing under New York-based designer Clavon Leonard, showcasing collections at New York Fashion Week, Algeria Fashion Week, and the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. That experience is what we bring to every suit we create, from weddings to corporate events and everything in between. We specialize in crafting one-of-a-kind suits for life's most significant moments. Dapper Luke has been recognized as one of Baltimore's best menswear in 2023, and I was honored to be one of the 10 designers selected for the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. With over 900 satisfied clients, we proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore, bringing world-class designs to these incredible communities. We don't just make suits, we craft confidence. Your suit will fit your body, your style, and it will tell your story. Book your free online personal consultation today. Visit www.dapperluke.com.
Hey, Dad, want to go for a walk?
Well, that'll help me get my steps in for the day. Got to stay healthy and strong.
Bet you're healthier than me.
I'd like to keep it.
All right, my friends, welcome back. Welcome back to the show. All right, here's what we're going to do next. So I want to bring up this story in regards to gospel rap. All right, gospel rap. So a while back, I had spoken about famous gospel star, gospel artist, Dietrich Haddon. Dietrich Haddon had an issue with famous hip hop rapper Glorilla winning a prestigious gospel award at the BET Awards, which was really, I believe, the only gospel award that was named after Bobby Jones, Dr. Bobby Jones. If you haven't remembered Bobby Jones, Dr. Bobby Jones had a long-standing music talk show called Bobby Jones Gospel, and it was one of the first programs when BET first came into existence, and it made like cable television history, one of the longest running, and very prestigious honor. Now, Glorilla had recently partnered with or collabed with Kurt Franklin, a multi-time Grammy Award-winning artist, producer, writer, the whole 9 yards. And Dietrich Haddon wasn't happy about that. He didn't like the way gospel music was going. He didn't like the way the message that it would bring upon to the genre. He was like, our genre needs to go through a huge revamp. We need to really redo our genre. What is the mess that we're doing? Are we focusing on what's the cause, basically, is what I'm saying? Are we focused on the mission, and that's following Christ and obeying him, or are we just doing this for clicks, pretty much? So another artist, famous gospel MC and MC Nice had this to share. So let me go ahead and play you this.
All know that artists like Tasha Cobbs Leonard and Kirk Franklin have collaborated with hip hop and rap genre. How do you feel about these legendary artists dipping their foot in the secular rap category?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them things where we don't get to go in their category. So I just, we're working on some things with the Stellars to try to tighten up the category in the sense of making sure that first off they collaborate with, with Christian hip hop artists. There's only been 7 Christian hip hop artists that's went #1 on Billboard. I'm one of them.
Oh, congrats.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just we trying to work out the collaboration with us, and so for me, that's what it's all about. I appreciate what they're doing. I just needed to be recycled, to the Christian hip hop artists that's actually in Christian rap, in gospel.
Since we're talking about hip hop, Glorilla recently took home an award for Best Inspirational Song at the BET Awards, and that is a gospel category. So how do you feel about people in the rap genre dipping their foot in gospel and then taking home awards for it?
Yeah, so for me, it's a matter of who's on the board, who's voting for this, because it couldn't be people from gospel, right? So there's no shade that in regards to Glorilla, because she did it with Maverick City. She was with the big dogs of gospel, right. So obviously they put their stamp on it. So for me, it's just a matter of, at the end of the day, working it out to where that doesn't happen.
We all know that artists like Tasha Cobbs Leonard.
So I totally hear with MC Nice had to say, but I think it's hard for him as a person who's put in the work, who's in the genre, and he's absolutely right. Like, why do they have to go to cross over and find these rappers when you have them that exist in gospel music right now? Let me break it down for you. How many followers does this MC Nice? Let me see if I can even find MC Nice. Let me see if I can find. Here we go. So MC Nice is a Christian hip hop artist. He's a Stella Award winner, which is a prestigious award in the gospel genre. The gospel genre only really has 2 prominent award shows that I'm familiar with. That's the Dove Awards and that's the Stella Awards. If you win any of those, you're big time, right? That's your somewhat of like your Golden Globe, or your Oscar of some sort. Of course, the Grammy is always going to be the number one award for a lot of music artists. Now, I look on his Instagram right now. MC Nice has 56.7 thousand followers. All right, 56, not 60, 56. Now, if I look up Glorilla has 7.1 million followers. 7.1 million followers. I bring this up, y'all, because when popular names in gospel music says, look, I want to cross over with this person in the secular world is way more popular, has way more fan base, has more exposure than gospel artists. I'm sorry. The reason why Kirk Franklin is so talented, not just because of his talented songs, but he has worked with folks outside of gospel music. He's worked with Bono. He's worked with R. Kelly. He's worked with Mary J. Blige. He's worked with Snoop Dogg. He's worked with Kanye. He's worked with Glorilla. He's worked with so many, and I'm probably missing a lot of more names. He has worked with everybody in the music era, in the music industries. Saying what, if you are trying to really hit folks their way to faith, you have got to sometimes go in their territory. You have got to do whatever you can to get the masses, okay? Gospel music, their fan base is most likely much smaller than someone in the world of hip hop, someone in the world of pop, someone in the world of country. So in my take, why don't some of these because there's not a large selection of gospel rappers. There's a number of them, but like he said, there's only been 7 of them that hit #1 on the Billboard charts, but that's the Billboard gospel charts. Again, categorized in one bubble. Lecrae has worked with multiple people outside of the gospel genre. These folks that are frustrated and says the Stella Award needs to be recycled. Now, yes, I agree as far as, okay, whoever does the voting on the gospel category in BT, yeah, that should be recycled, because if they don't know who, if they have people outside of gospel music and they only know folks that are on secular artists, they're going to be like, hey, look, let's do it. Like, what's their mission? Is their mission to show favoritism to the elites in gospel music, or to provide opportunity and be like, okay, look, if we go in gospel, who is the most popular in gospel music? Boom, because it's a gospel honor. Likewise for the Stellars. I mean, gospel music is always going to be first and foremost the music of its ministry. It's ministry. So avenues to provide ministry to those, I go back to, you have to speak to the masses. You have to speak to the masses. You cannot be hating on artists collaborating with artists outside of the genre. If you worry about saying they need to stay put and keep their tail right here, no, you're keeping yourself in a closed box when you can really expand it. Like, I hate being cornered in a small game. That's why I bring it back. I bring it to politics. For me, I'm an independent. I'm not married to any party. I'm a team player for the people, but I'm not a team player for a party. I don't want to be closed up in a party. And then if I agree with somebody on this aisle, and if I agree with somebody with that, I don't want to have to be like, oh, but you got to stay put where you at right now. No, we're not doing that. We are not doing that. You hear me? So once again, what's the solution? What's the solution? DJ Nice said it needs to be recycled. The Stella Award, the board, the voting, this and everything needs to be recycled. And to a point, he was showing they need to show more respect on collaborating with folks in their own genre. That's not saying that they will not, but I'm sorry. When you're at Kirk Franklin status, when you're at Maverick City status, they're going to look at somebody that has a larger platform. They're going to go to somebody that has a larger platform. So that means you have to continue to do the work to build what you're continuing to do. So yeah, you won an award. That doesn't mean you need to stop and say, nah, I'm good. I got to sell an award. Show some respect. Show some respect. What did Monique say when she was she felt disrespected when she first signed or tried to negotiate a comedy deal with Netflix? She said, oh, it's color bias and gender bias because folks like Dave Chappelle just received $60 million plus for his Netflix deal to do a variety of specials. Amy Schumer received, I believe, $20 million and this and that and the other. And that is so disrespectful. And I'm gonna sue them because I've been doing this so long. Ma'am, I'm sorry, but are you filling out the same size arenas like Dave Chappelle is doing? And I'm talking about as a solo person, not in a group with somebody. Are you selling out those arenas? Okay. Kurt Franklin sells out arenas. He's creative. He changes the status quo when it comes to gospel music in the genre. He styles differently than the quote unquote traditional gospel artist. He has sit down interviews with controversial figures, not controversial, but folks, again, on a more mainstream avenue. He was on Pivot Podcast speaking truth, speaking real. He was upfront. He was not acting like a conservative, strict sugarcoating that. No. He's doing what's right. He's doing what's right. And if y'all want to continue to share, well, it's disrespectful to me, or it's this and any other, and not saying that's what MC Nice is saying, but you cannot continue to say what they're doing is not fair. Bump that. I can't stand when folks say it's unfair. This is unfair. That. Do something about it. Do something about it. When you have the resources, the tools that you can do so, do something about it. Now, if he says I'm doing that, but there's folks at the top that's preventing me, that's a whole nother story. But at the end of the day, what did oh God, if I can recall an old clip, there was an old sit down, a historic sit down that was moderated by Tavis Smiley. He had figures like Louis Farrakhan, Jesse Jackson, Cornel West, oh gosh, Michael Eric Dyson. It was about, it had to be 12 people all in one big ass round table, not round table, like square table in an arena. This was coming off the time when Lord have mercy, when Barack Obama first won office, and it was just talking about the state of Black America. And Louis Farrakhan had said, I hear these things, I continue to hear the things, but wait a minute, when are we going to realize we need to stop asking others for this when we have capabilities to do it for ourselves? So you can keep on saying it's unfair that he's doing this and doing that, but you are capable of doing that yourself, my friends. Look, as always, running out of time, but continue to tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. Thank you for sticking with us here on the Arrington Gavin Show. We have so much more to discuss on the next. Be sure to follow us on all digital and streaming platforms, as well as on the radio airwaves, my friends. Peace and blessings, y'all. Follow us on all social media. Y'all take care. God bless. Make sure to stay informed. Vote, vote, vote. There's big elections happening in our nation right now, midterms as well. We got to stay prayed up. What's happening in Washington, it's a lot. All right? It's a lot. What's happening in our world right now, we're in crucial times, but still keep up the faith. Stay informed. And I will talk to y'all again for another great conversation. Peace and blessings. I'm out.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.